Hi guys, Saku Wants to Fight here. Today I want to talk about what I've got here with my controls and how they um, help me with most of my gameplay, my reviews, you name it. So with that being said, let's jump right in. Okay, so the first one is these Power A fight pad controllers. Now, they still work, but as you can see, they don't have their D-pads anymore. And before we'll go into that, my reasoning for buying these sort of controls actually are pretty is actually pretty good, because the way they actually play when they have their D-pad is quite efficient, and you can pull off certain moves like a quarter circle motion, back quarter circle motion, Z motion, even full circle if you're lucky. And the reason why I liked these at first is purely for the fact that when you don't want to use shoulder buttons, the 6 buttons at first on the plate actually makes it a lot easier. Making it feel like somewhat like a mini arcade fight stick, but without the stick. Now, again, the thing about these Power A controls is the fact that they can be customizable because of the faceplates, as you can see. One sec. Fucking hell. They got magnets underneath them, which makes them look like this. And with every Power A controller, you get at least 3 of these. I've got about plenty of these spare. But yeah, that's the Power A controllers. Now I've got 2 for the Switch because I used to own this, because I used to have a Switch. But these controllers actually were fun to still use outside of that. The only issue with these 2 here, that the controls are reversed, so everything that is where you would think is A is now on this side. So I have to reverse the controllers, which makes it kind of awkward, which is why I prefer this one here, because it's plays standard like a PlayStation controller. Obviously, that's a given. As you see, it's missing its D-pad. I have the D-pads and they can be fixed, so let's move on. Another one is this PS4 controller. It's standard DualShock. Now, I don't own a PS4, but I was given this, and despite the fact that it's seen better days, it's still a good controller to use. I mean, personally, I don't like the DualShock controllers for their analog sticks. I like how it handles, and I like the accessibilities from the D-pad and the 4 buttons. My only gripe with this is, of course, when playing a fighting game, is these. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't even use this. Like, I find it hard to do a like quarter circle motion here, but not here, like so. All right, next one. Okay, this is a 8-bit Do SNK Neo Geo pad, which kind of looks like a controller for the Neo Geo CD, which again is another console I never owned, but because of 8-bit Do, they started releasing. They've got many other versions, like from the King of Fighters 97 with Terry Bogard or Mai Shiranui or Kyo Kusanagi designs, but I prefer it to be black. Now, you got 4 buttons, which is standard for an SNK type controller, and you've got like this weird D-pad that's like a stick in a way, and I have never had any issues with this controller. If anything, this controller is just amazing. Now to the next one. Right, next one here is some random Xbox controllers. Except for that one, that 360 pad's a bit fake. It's a cheap copy, and I mean it still works. The only issue is that the right bumper don't work. Another thing with these D-pads I cannot stand with these D-pads. They can work, but it's not meant for fighting games. And so you got these analog sticks, which I always found kind of be counterintuitive. Now then you got these controllers, which are the Xbox Ones, which were also donated to me. We got a Power A one there in like sort of lightish teal blue with these analog sticks, this D-pad, the 4 buttons, and obviously the triggers and bumpers. And the same, and I've got a official one which was also donated to me by my neighbour. This controller is actually quite okay. There's a little bit of a chip, but me personally, when it comes down to it, that if it came down to something like, I don't know, a arena fighter or a spectacle fighter, I would use those. But then again, I would also use this as well. So we got controllers for what I would use for spectacle fighters, and then we have controllers I would use for standard fighting games. So we have 8 here. Now we're going to get to our last one. Okay, this one here is a Hope 42 Pro. Now, I have never considered ever using levelers, but until I've played this with a friend of mine when I was down in England at the time to go see him, he had one of these. Now it was slightly smaller, and as you can see, this thing is as big as my hand. My dick is dwarfed compared to this, but yeah, anyway, I got this pretty cheap for like 50 quid on eBay, and it's actually kind of a fun controller. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I struggle with it, because sometimes you have to do stuff like that, to do like quarter circle or like that for Z motion. Heaven forbids how I'll do a circle motion. I mean, I can't even do a full circle on this thing, so this is why I stick to something like Shoto's. But another thing is, like, they've got extra buttons. Now, these two share a button, because, like, as much as you can do that and jump or air dash like you would in Guilty Gear, I felt like this one requires a lot of strength. But then you got this one is also a jump, and you have to have a lot of muscle memory to actually fucking use this one to jump. Now it's got 8 buttons here, which is pretty standard. They're both for PlayStation and Xbox. So you got X, Y, right bumper, left bumper, and you got A, B, right trigger, left trigger. And I've been trying it with some games, specifically Guilty Gear, King of Fighters 98, Marvel vs. Capcom, and Garo Mark of the Wolves. Now I chose the rather obvious older games just as a test out, but when the time comes for City of the Wolves, this is going to be my pad dedicated to it. So that's pretty much it for my controllers. If you liked what you saw, remember to like, comment and subscribe if you so choose to. I've been Saku, it's a pretty nice day, and fuck off.